pause 3S. Yo, what is up, bros? Before we dive into the wonders of Denmark, let's kick things off with a tribute to the legendary Vikings. Imagine the roaring seas, the mighty longships, and the fearless warriors. Denmark has a rich Viking history that shaped not just the country but the world. So, to set the mood, here's a quick montage of epic Viking scenes. Get ready to feel like a true Norse explorer. Pause 2S. Now, let's embark on our journey through Denmark's top 10 wonders. Skål! Yo, what is up, bros? It's your boy HMDC, back with another video. Today, we're ditching the usual gaming shenanigans and going full-on tourist mode. We're exploring the top 10 wonders of Denmark. It's a country packed with history, culture, and probably some pretty good meatballs too. So, buckle up, grab your snacks, Swedish fish, anyone see? And get ready for an epic adventure through the land of the Danes. Let's go! First up, we're kicking things off with the classic The Little Mermaid statue. This isn't just any statue, this is like the symbol of Copenhagen, maybe all of Denmark. Perched on a rock overlooking the harbour, this little bronze lady has been charming tourists since 1913. Inspired by the Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale, the craftsmanship is insane. The sculptor, Edvard Eriksson, really captured the essence of the Little Mermaid's longing and determination. So yeah, the Little Mermaid statue is definitely worth a visit. Just maybe try not to fall in love with her like the prince did, for your own good. Next up, we're heading to a place that's all about fun, excitement, and maybe a little bit of motion sickness. Tivoli Gardens. This amusement park is like a Copenhagen institution, and trust me, it's not just for kids. Imagine this, roller coasters twisting and turning through lush gardens, colorful lights illuminating the night sky, and the smell of popcorn and cotton candy filling the air. Tivoli Gardens has been around since 1843, which is crazy old, but they've kept things fresh with new rides and attractions. The real star of the show here is the atmosphere. It's just so charming and whimsical, you can't help but feel like a kid again. Plus, they have some killer hot dogs. So, if you're looking for a good time in Copenhagen, Tivoli Gardens is the place to be. Just maybe skip the hot dogs if you're planning on riding the demon. All right, bros, get ready to be amazed because we're about to enter the most Instagrammable place in Copenhagen, Nyhavn. This waterfront district is like straight out of a fairy tale. Think colorful buildings lining a canal filled with historic wooden ships, but Nyhavn isn't just a pretty face, okay? It's got history too. This place dates back to the 17th century when it was a bustling commercial hub. Today, Nyhavn is a bit more chill. You can stroll along the canal, grab a bite to eat at one of the many restaurants, or just soak up the atmosphere at a canal-side cafe. Just maybe don't fall in the canal after one too many Carlsbergs, all right? All right, time to get our history buff on, bros, because we're heading to Kronborg Castle. Now, this isn't just any castle. This is the castle that inspired Shakespeare's Hamlet. Located on the island of Zealand, Kronborg Castle is like a UNESCO World Heritage Site and everything. It's got moats, ramparts, cannons, all the good stuff you'd expect from a 16th century fortress, but the real highlight here is the Hamlet connection. Shakespeare actually never visited Kronborg himself, but he set his famous play here anyway. The castle has this whole brooding, dramatic vibe that just screams Shakespearean tragedy, so if you're a fan of history, literature, or just really cool castles, Kronborg is a must-see. Just maybe brush up on your Shakespeare before you go. Get ready for some epic views, bros, because we're about to ascend the Round Tower. This 17th century tower is one of Copenhagen's most iconic landmarks, and for good reason. First of all, the architecture is wild. Instead of stairs, you walk up this long, spiraling ramp to reach the top. It's like 209 meters long, so yeah, maybe skip leg day before you visit. But trust me, the climb is worth it. From the top, you get panoramic views of Copenhagen's rooftops, church spires, and even the distant Øresund Bridge connecting Denmark to Sweden. Back in the day, the tower was used as an observatory. Astronomers would come here to study the stars and probably write really boring reports about their findings. But today, it's all about the views. They have exhibits inside about the tower's construction and its role in Copenhagen's past. So, if you're up for a little climb and a whole lot of awesome, the Round Tower is calling your name. Just maybe wear comfortable shoes. All right, bros, time to get our fancy pants on because we're heading to Christiansborg Palace. This place is like the heart of Danish democracy. It's where the Danish Parliament, the Supreme Court, and even the Queen's offices are located. Parts of the palace are open to the public, so you can go inside and pretend you're living that high life. The palace has a long and dramatic history, full of fires, demolitions, and reconstructions. But through it all, it's remained a symbol of Danish power and resilience. And hey, if you're not into politics or history, there are always the royal stables. That's right, the Queen keeps her horses here, and you can actually go see them. So, whether you're a history buff, a political junkie, or just a fan of majestic buildings and horses, Christiansborg Palace has something for everyone. Just maybe don't try to challenge the Queen to a horse race. All right, bros, time to unleash your inner child because we're heading to Legoland Billund. This place is like a pilgrimage site for Lego fans of all ages, seriously. If you love those little plastic bricks, this is your place. Located in the town of Billund, Legoland is all about imagination, creativity, and probably stepping on a stray Lego or two. You've got your classic Lego models like miniature cities, famous landmarks, and even Star Wars scenes, all built with millions of bricks. And of course there are rides too. Roller coasters, water rides, even a Lego safari. But the real magic of Legoland is that it lets you be a kid again. You can build your own creations, race Lego cars, and just let your imagination run wild. So if you're looking for a family-friendly adventure, or if you just need to reconnect with your inner child, Legoland Billund is the place to be. Just watch out for those stray Legos. All right, time travelers, get ready to dive into Denmark's past because we're heading to the National Museum of Denmark. This place is like a crash course in Danish history, culture, and everything in between. Located in Copenhagen, the museum takes you on a journey through time from the Vikings to the present day. You'll see ancient artifacts, Viking ships, royal carriages, and even a 17th century Danish town recreated in detail. They've got exhibits on everything from Danish art and design to the country's role in the world wars. You can learn about the lives of everyday Danes throughout history, from Viking warriors to 20th century factory workers. And if you're into the spooky stuff, they even have a whole section on Danish folklore and mythology. So if you're looking to expand your mind and learn something new, the National Museum of Denmark is the place to be. Just maybe brush up on your Danish history before you go. Get ready for a blast from the past, bros, because we're heading to Aarhus Old Town. This open-air museum is like a time capsule of Danish life from the 16th to the 19th centuries. Imagine this: cobblestone streets, half-timbered houses, and people dressed in traditional costumes going about their daily lives. As you wander through the streets, you'll encounter blacksmiths, bakers, and even a barber shop. You can peek inside the houses, see how people lived, and maybe even try your hand at some traditional crafts. They even have a working inn where you can grab a bite to eat and a pint of beer. But seriously, Aarhus Old Town is a fascinating glimpse into Denmark's past. It's a chance to experience what life was like before smartphones, social media, and instant gratification. So if you're looking for a unique and educational experience, Aarhus Old Town is the place to be. Just maybe leave your fidget spinner at home, to keep it authentic. All right, nature lovers, prepare to be amazed because we're heading to Skagen, the northernmost point of Denmark. This is where the North Sea and the Baltic Sea converge, creating a dramatic spectacle of crashing waves and shifting sands. The highlight of Skagen is Grenen, a sandbar that stretches out into the sea, constantly changing shape with the currents. You can actually stand with one foot in the North Sea and one foot in the Baltic Sea. But Skagen is more than just a geographical wonder. It's also home to charming fishing villages, picturesque beaches, and a thriving art scene. During the late 19th century, Skagen was a popular destination for artists who were drawn to the unique light and dramatic landscapes. So, if you're looking for a place to reconnect with nature, experience Danish culture, or just take some epic Instagram photos, Skagen is the place to be. Just don't forget to pack a windbreaker. And there you have it, Skagen, where two seas collide in a breathtaking display of nature's power. Pause 2S. And there you have it, folks. We've journeyed through the heart of Denmark, explored its rich history, marveled at its natural wonders, and soaked in its vibrant culture. From the dramatic collision of two seas at Skagen to the enchanting streets of Copenhagen, Denmark is a treasure trove of unforgettable experiences. But hey, our adventure doesn't end here. There's always more to explore, more to discover, and more stories to tell. So, stay tuned for more epic journeys and fascinating tales from around the world. See you later, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button.